I now have the honour to invite His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, to address the conference, and I request protocol to escort His Excellency.
Permanent Representative of New Zealand, Under-Secretary for Legal Affairs, Secretary General of the Conference, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I have to begin by congratulating warmly the governments of Fiji and Sweden for presiding over this important high-level conference aimed at supporting the implementation of Sustainable Development Goal 14. I join previous speakers in expressing Ghana's strong appreciation to His Excellency Peter Thompson, President of the General Assembly, for his leadership, vision, and advocacy of the Oceans Conference, the first of its kind in history. My government acknowledges with thanks the enormous amount of work undertaken by member states and other stakeholders in preparing towards this conference and in negotiating the call for action which will be adopted at the end of our deliberations. Since this is the first time of addressing the United Nations as President of the Republic of Ghana, I want to congratulate Secretary General Antonio Guterres on his well-deserved election and for the able manner in which he has steered the affairs of the organization since he assumed office in January this year. I'm grateful for the confidence he has reposed in Ghana's leaders in enabling me to succeed my predecessor, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, as co-chair of the SDG Advocacy Group to mobilize political support for the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The Ghanaian people are honored by his trust. I also want to congratulate the redoubtable Fulani woman from the mighty Federal Republic of Nigeria, Amina Mohammed, on her appointment as Deputy Secretary General of the organization in January. Ghana is confident that she will discharge the responsibilities of her office, including her role in seeing to the implementation of the SDGs with distinction. We wish both of them God's blessings in the performance of their function. The health of our planet and our peoples is inextricably linked to the health of our oceans. So to address the challenges of marine pollution and to enhance the management, protection, conservation and restoration of marine and ecosystems are of extreme importance to Ghana. Ghana's maritime environment encompasses some 550 kilometers of coastline on the Gulf of Guinea, extending to about 200 nautical miles seaward and making up a total of exclusive zone area of over 208,000 square kilometers. The marine area has important resources, including fisheries, oil and gas reserves, precious minerals, and is an important global reservoir of marine biodiversity, providing important migration and nesting habits for several marine species. Ghana has a beautiful coastline of some 90 lagoons, including 6 internationally important wetlands. We've designated 5 of our coastal wetlands that support internationally important populations of 12 species of migratory birds, as well as 3 species of globally threatened marine turtles as Ramsar sites. Our beautiful coastlands, coastal wetlands, however, are threatened by high volumes of plastic and metal waste that choke breeding habits for fish, birds, and other wildlife, which have an adverse impact on tourism. With respect to the Ocean Health Index, Ghana has performed above the global average in the areas of carbon storage, coastal protection, coastal livelihoods and economies, biodiversity, and food production. However, We lag behind the global average in 5 areas, including tourism and recreation and clean waters. We are thus deeply concerned about the alarming levels of plastic and microplastic pollution of our oceans, the movement up the food chain, and their consequences for animal and human health. The West Africa region has one of the world's most productive fishing grounds, which attract commercial vessels that supply the markets of Europe and Asia. Fish is a preferred source of animal protein for the Ghanaian people, and the fisheries sector supports livelihoods of some 10% of Ghana's population of about 27 million people. However, most of Ghana's fishery resources are heavily overexploited, and only a fraction of the country's annual fish requirements is produced currently. Ghana has experienced a major decline in its fish stocks that is linked to illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing methods by foreign-owned vessels. The growing incidence of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing is therefore of significant concern to Ghana, as it contributes to overexploitation and the depletion of fish stocks in our waters as well as globally. Unfair competition in the form of fish subsidies and non-tariff measures is having a negative impact on trade in fish. For over 15 years, the WTO has grappled with the difficult process of finding agreement on fish subsidies. We're calling for the swift conclusion of WTO negotiations in addressing this issue. The speed with which the world community concludes such an agreement will be a truer reflection of the sincerity of the commitment to the preservation of the health of our oceans than any amount of words and official delegations. This conference must mark the turning point in the conversation and sustainable use of our oceans for present and future generations. We will eliminate pollution on the Ghana coast and significantly reduce pollution in the marine system by 2025 by tackling the current challenges posed by use of plastics and indiscriminate disposal of waste. We have to put all our hands to the wheel and take up the challenge for the sake of our oceans, our planet, and our common humanity. Thank you for your attention.
I thank the President of the Republic of Ghana for his statement.